Hi everyone, this is Bobby from bn-games.com, and we're here doing another Basically Bullshit Show, episode 10. I know it's been a little while, we missed a week, because I have a job, and I have to do things that require me to be away from them on the weekends sometimes, so there might be some interruptions coming up soon based on work-related reasons for me, and as well as Marco, and probably Timmy.
Yeah.
So these might become a little more infrequent. We try to do them at least bi-weekly, but
if it comes down to it, we have to do it, one month at least. I think is the minimum we should shoot for.
Yep. So these might become a little sparse, but like I said, there's good reason for it. Additional content coming out, especially we're busy with all the holiday games that are already being released. You might have noticed that we've gone through, maybe by the time you're listening to this, all the Borderlands stuff might be up. There might be some stuff we haven't posted, besides DLC. We did a complete playthrough of Borderlands.
Got most of Resident Evil down now.
Most Resident Evil 6.
Half is a pretty good assumption.
As of this recording.
I just got to bump out all the videos, which I have just sitting at home.
So yeah, it's been a productive bit of time, even with interruptions, and I know it's been 3 weeks since our last show, so there's a lot to cover in a little space of time, because tonight, Marco and Tim are going to go see a band.
Yay!
I just got dragged into this, so...
he gets a pre-show.
Marco needs a chaperone because he's not old enough yet.
That's true. I told him I'll get him a bootleg t-shirt. Slamming pumpkins.
Wait, he's buying me beer, too.
Smashing apples.
I'm making his first concert that he can actually buy legally.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, wait, no. Bucket did.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, Bucket did.
He didn't, though.
Okay, well, the first concert, you can buy beer and not be looked at sternly, at least until you get out.
He'll still looking up sternly.
I meant you.
Oh, I'm looking up sternly right now. God damn it.
Yeah, but I mean during the show.
Oh. No, I'll be walking around City Walk waiting for you kids. I'm gonna go stand next to the Fallout 3 statue.
You want to go with?
Wait, go where?
City Walk?
I'm going to City Walk.
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he's going with my mom.
Oh, guess who's driving? Guess who has license?
Oh, I thought I was going with him. Oh, this is news to me.
Guess who
gas,
good
we need to
at
go to the gas
English.
station before we...
Yes, we did that. I filled up with 10, but we'll discuss that later.
So, basically, first news is Cliffy B left Epic Games.
Yeah. Am I surprised? Not really.
I kind of am.
I mean,
because that's his bro throne.
I know it is, but you could tell lately he, after Gears finished, he doesn't really want to do that.
He doesn't want to be the bro.
He doesn't want to be a bro.
The bros. The bro squad, like bro covers.
I'm curious to see what he's gonna go to next, because he left. He left before Gears 4 is out, whatever that's gonna be called.
Isn't it called Brotherhood or some shit like that?
There is a name for it.
Yeah, well, I'm calling it Gears 4 technically because I can't, off the top of my head, think of the name.
Gears, not enough Soul Train. That's what.
And he left before that. The was it like an MMO game that they showed off? You know what I'm talking about.
It's basically the zombie mode for
it's hard to describe what it is.
It's basically zombie. What's the thing in Call of Duty?
Nazi zombies?
It's officially not. It's Nazi zombies, but with a Borderlands look to it.
Gears of Z.
Yeah. That's got a nice ring to it.
Copyright.
Yeah, so, I'm not, like I said, am I surprised? Kinda. I'm more curious to see what he's going to do, or if he's going to even continue in the industry anymore, because I don't think he said what he's going to do.
I'm sure he is, but he wants to get away from big corporate. He probably wants to get away from being a first-party developer.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people are kind of moving...
He makes a switch over to Sony.
A lot of people are actually moving over to
He moves over to Santa Monica Studios, develops next...
Everybody, so they got Seth Killian from Capcom, and then him, and then they'll drag in, what's his name? Peter Molyneux. That'd be a weird game. So that was the big thing a couple weeks ago. I know it's late, but we've got to talk about some level. Stuff happened.
I want to talk about Resident Evil mostly. So
go.
I'm pissed. I'll be honest. maybe piss is no. Piss is a pretty good word, I think. So last time we did the podcast was Resident Evil out.
No,
it was a week before.
Yep.
So we went and we actually got Resident Evil about 5 days early. We picked it up on Thursday. It came out the Tuesday after. Me and Tim went completely through Leon. And as of this point, almost done with Chris.
We can say Chris because we
have literally one little thing to do that we just have to finish up and we're done with. But we've basically completed half the game, if you will, because of the 4 storylines. So we've played it thoroughly. We've each played the classics as well as. I don't think you played 4.
I played 4.
Oh, you played 4.
This has been a long
and 5.
time. You and me.
Right. So I have no problem with any of those games for what they are, and in the time that they were great for what they were. I'm really bothered by the fact that people are being severely, to the point where I almost think it's unfair, harsh with Resident Evil 6.
You know what my problem is? No, not my problem, because I have no problems with 6, other than it's a little contrived at certain points.
Yeah.
The parts for the reviewers that I've read, all the ones who've given it lower scores, they want old Resident Evil.
They want Resident Evil 4 or older.
No. They want Resident Evil.
No, they want like 2.
They want 2, 3, Code Veronica. Because a lot of people say Code Veronica was the best in the series.
They're wrong. It's 2.
2 was the best. But they want that style gameplay, and if you've gone and played it any time recently, that doesn't hold up anymore. It doesn't really hold up.
Silent Hill, I think, is the closest one that's kept to that. And even then,
really.
it's it's closer than Resident Evil has, at least.
Silent Hill sucks.
It was a great game for its time and of its generation, but that kind of thing is not going to hold up.
It was designed the way it was designed because of limitations. I like to look at it.
Yeah, and if they want, I guess, if they want a game that will scare them in that kind of way, they need to go to something like Amnesia. But Resident Evil's no longer. Resident Evil for a long time hasn't been about being scary. A lot of it's been just, it's
turned into a drama.
Drama.
It's not horror.
They should have realized this once the movie came out.
Yeah,
I've never watched the other ones. I've only seen the first one.
Yeah,
and even the first one, it was like, this is kind of where things are going. Because after that, it kind of.
I think it's kind of. I think it's really the fact that the whole zombie thing has flooded the market. But also, the horror genre it's another one it's just been overdone. It's overflooded. I mean, when Paranormal Activity, the movie, came out, I mean, that one was...
there was whole...
huge. But now there's 4 of them.
Yeah.
In less than, 5 years?
Less than 5 years.
Yeah.
It's not that hard to film a bunch of your college buddies in the dark.
No, but that's the thing. The original one was like that. The rest are almost all, Hollywood production movies.
Yeah. Well, you just had a better camera. We can do the same. We just get us a red eye. The Paranormal Activity 5. What
I think bothers me the most, though, is... I'm not saying it's a perfect game by any means. It's
Paranoid Marco.
No, he opens a closet door and a bunch of walnuts fall out.
Fuck that shit.
A whole bunch of copies of Dead Space.
Walnuts and spiders.
A whole bunch of empty wrappers and Reese's.
No, you'd be licking them.
No, with nothing in them.
We open up Reese's and spiders come out.
Oh, son of a bitch.
Bad.
Fuck, that's pretty good.
That's good. Or a giant Reese's comes and wraps him in the paper.
And then eats him?
Yeah.
That's kind of kinky. I'm into this. Because then I can eat it. But, I'm getting sidetracked there. No, but I by no means is it a perfect game. No means. It's got, some of the story, like you said, is contrived. There's some parts where you're like, really? Really?
The sync issues are the funniest, where it just stops. Or have you watched any of the video to me that we recorded on Marco's side? Where you're just somewhere else running in place, everything's frozen or stuff like that. Or
you remember the
you dropped.
I don't want to give away too many spoilers, but the train part on Leon, where you're on top and you're covering me while I'm running away. Mm-hmm. You know how I have to jump from that train to the other train, right?
Yeah.
There's a part where I'm like this, and you're still running around on the train, and I'm in midair, stuck like the Mario pose. and then like two seconds later, it syncs back up, and I'm on the train.
Or the one where we were climbing up the ladder and then he fell down and then fell through the bottom of the floor. Just weird shit like that.
Just it's
No,
not a perfect game by any means.
It doesn't break it for me.
No. But what bothers me is all these guys that are giving it a 0, a
Or
1,
lower, yeah.
a 2. 0 should be reserved for a game that is broken.
The problem is they're game snobs. I think
and that's what it comes down to.
It's come down to the point they're expecting way too much.
Well, no,
from this.
The other thing I think is unfair is they're not actually reviewing it.
They're
critiquing it based on what they want it to be. Well, that's the problem.
And here's the bigger problem: is that okay? Right now they say, "Oh, it's not enough like 2." Well, if you made it like 2, then it's nothing original.
Yeah. That's I absolutely agree.
Why don't you put your fucking beret on?
There's no exception,
especially because I'll be honest. After all the shit Capcom's got recently, this was a big surprise that they didn't pull any retarded shit on it.
Yeah.
They've said they found DLC on the game,
but it's
free. Okay. Yeah. The game is well made. I mean, you can tell they put a decent amount of time and money into it.
Visually,
the character design is good. The level design is good.
Timmy said,
the enemy designs alone.
If they copied any of their classic games, if they did the same thing, people would be fucking Capcom. All they're giving us is rehashes or remakes of old stuff because they want to make money. And when they finally give us something that's good, it's not enough like the old games. It's bullshit. It's bullshit. That's
the only game that gets away with that is Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is because it has yearly refreshes.
No, because they paid them.
Oh,
well, besides paying them, it's a yearly refresh. It's like a sports game. You never hear them say, "Oh, well, this game is terrible because it this and that." No, it's better because they improved it from last year.
Well, I'll put it this way: a lot of these big name game sites have way too much. They're expecting way too much from games. And I was kind of thinking about that because before we did the podcast, I go back to my Super Nintendo and I think about a lot of those games around there. Those are iPhone games now.
Yeah.
In reality.
Yeah.
I mean, what we used to pay $60-$70 for now is a $5 fucking app,
or cheaper.
And they're literally, a lot of them, not all of them, but most of them are, or they've been ported. They are fucking iPhone games now.
Mm-hmm.
And we've come a long way, but it's not like the game was bad in any way. I mean, I didn't play through it. I played for part of it. I watched you play through most of it, and it's like there's nothing. Everything was like action, on and on. Set piece.
Yeah.
Money.
Yeah.
And in the reviews are like, it's got these pretty good, memorable action sequences. Yeah, I guess it's got these moments that are pretty good, but it's not. I'm not looking for this diamond club-shaped key, and I can't open this door, and the dogs aren't like in this one area. Like
there's no ink reels.
There's no ink ribbons.
Yeah, the ribbons.
There's no contrived camera. And there are actually points as a
nod, which I like as a nod.
Yeah, and I actually hate those moments in that game.
What, 6?
Yeah, in 6, I do not like.
They're short enough where I can live with them.
They're short enough where I can live with it, but I don't like it. I don't like that you have free roam of the camera, and then all of a sudden, I can't move it.
And then the other thing that kind of bothers me is they play this as, it's not a zombie survival.
Yeah.
I like to think of that one, and if you haven't played it, you might want to skip a little bit ahead, but I think of that apartment when you have all those other people with you. Before you see the boomer-looking dude.
When
you're shooting through the windows.
Before we get the shotgun.
Yeah.
That was...
That right there is... And, what are you fucking complaining... That's exactly what you want.
Yeah.
And it's...
Well, I gotta say, the whole kind of zombie horror thing on it is... I know it's at the end of Leon's story, but just after the attack, when it's just...
Yeah.
That is just like... what it should be.
And unlike 5, I didn't see a lot of the standard, or even in the other games, just one zombie or maybe 2 zombies.
No, that is what I think.
At you.
I don't know if you've seen any of our gameplay for Chris.
No, I haven't yet.
Even Chris's enemies are almost completely unique.
Then Leon's?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
There are a lot.
We're getting a lot of different types. And it plays off of our strengths versus Leon.
Yeah.
the interesting thing is we have a lot more military oriented weaponry.
One quick thing I will say, I mean, that's another good thing about the game, that every character, even, he's playing Leon, I played Helena, they both are unique enough in their own where if, I still want to replay as Leon.
It gives you incentive to do so.
Yeah, it's like they are unique enough to say, okay, I played through her, now I got to play through him so I can see what I didn't see when he splits off, but also so I can play with the 2 pistols instead of, the triple shotgun.
There was a particular part I liked where there's a bridge, and it makes us and it split off with the sniper.
Yeah.
I like that a lot because I have to take care of the tank and take care of the enemies and make sure it's not killing me, and I have to kill the guys while he's taking out his guys so he can get into position to snipe out the tank and take care of that. I really like that. I like that because that makes it interesting,
But I mean, also, you can't see what they're doing. So as I was playing, I couldn't see what you're doing. So it makes me like, okay, well, I want to see what you were doing.
There's one thing I do have a complaint for. This is more of a personal thing. It's not a knock against the game. I don't like the primary antagonist.
Oh, yeah.
And for me, I always liked the idea that there was no face of Umbrella. It was just this Big Brother type organization that you didn't really have.
It was just something that kind of was thought up rather than by one person, by a group of people.
Shit happened, but there wasn't a direct face you could tie to it. And in this one, they have that, and that kind of dilutes the power of the organization.
You haven't seen
Chris.
it.
Because
I would have seen so far.
The way Leon's end, it makes you think he's the face of it, even though he's not the face of it.
You find out that there's other players. And you find, for example, I'm not spoiling a lot by saying that Ada's in the game. Ada...
I don't know, Ada has a piece to do with it.
Ada has a big piece to do with it.
Yeah.
But I have a feeling we won't actually fully understand it until we play as her. Because what we saw on Leon's end was, painted her one way. What we're seeing on Chris's side is painting her completely different. And right now, I'm conflicted. I don't know who the fuck side she's playing.
But then again, on Chris's side, she gets killed off.
Yeah. On Chris's side,
at the end of Leon's, which is after Chris, she's still alive.
Comes back. And she helps you. So
I don't know. It's one of those things where I don't like. That was one thing.
Because
I don't like it having a face.
Again, like I say, I can see where you're getting at because you haven't seen it all. But the thing is
they have to have an antagonist.
It's misleading because otherwise you could paint 5 and some of the other ones as Wesker was the face of Umbrella.
Wesker was just being an asshole, and Wesker I never thought was like the primary piece. Where this one they made this one guy out to be like the dude.
Like I said, you have to see what happens.
Wesker was kind of like, well, he's just he's a product, not the cause, I guess. Yeah. So basically, what it comes down to, game review sites have been knocking it for the most part. A bunch of game snobs. They're wanting way too much of a game that is competent. Competent is giving it as being underselling it.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things where we don't agree with that at all. And I even just what I've watched play, because I played a little bit of it, played both the demo. I've watched you guys play a lot of it. I don't need to play it to see the quality of the game.
Yeah.
It's
good enough to where you want to watch it play.
And the stuff that we've said is broken is really minor. And some of it was, because we're playing it pre-patch.
Pre-patch. I have to say that a lot of the changes that they made for the better are actually really big. The biggest being, and honestly, I mean, it sounds like such a stupid thing, being able to walk while you're aiming.
Oh God, that sold me on the game right away.
It seems like such a simple concept.
I could do with or without it, only because I agreed with I read the developer for 5. They kept it in because they felt it added that extra bit of tension that if I don't get far enough away.
For sure, but it also made you play in a way where you had to think like that. Here, because you don't think like that, you have a little bit more room to play, but it also plays against that because it sends them a lot faster at you. You get attacked a lot faster. You have to be on your toes. I don't know. I think it's a great game. Obviously, it's not perfect. No game really is ever perfect.
Yeah, no,
it's got its faults, but
I mean, out of 5, I would give it a solid 4. because I mean there are problems with it. Like we had problems with the online servers.
Yeah.
Both post and pre.
We had issues afterwards too.
And then the menu system is retarded.
I don't like the menu.
I mean, you have to push start at least 5 times to get into the game.
Although, admittedly, it's easier to have someone join you than it was in 5. Because in 5, you have to go in, create the game, have someone fucking push start. Oh, it was a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
You could invite them on the
to get on 2-player?
No,
split screen?
split screen.
Oh.
Yeah, you have to get into the game, you have to create the game, get in, and then have player 2 count on start. It was annoying.
It's just like you got to press start to get to where it says Resident Evil 6, and you got to push start to there, and then it says, oh, this game has an autosave. It's just so many buttons to get into the menu, and then the actual game in-game menu layout is also just cluttered. It's like this where you would think it's actually in this menu. It's
the system is cluttered. I also am bothered by the fact that
But I had so much health and you didn't have it.
Fuck you. God damn it, I'm blanking out here. I'll think of it right now. Yeah, I don't know. There's
it's not enough, obviously, for you to really give a shit.
No, not really. It's a little nitpick.
I honestly like it. I mean, I love the story. The gameplay is great. It's definitely something I feel is completely worth the money. I feel it has replay where I didn't think it would have replay.
The weapon system. That's what it is.
I
wish they kept the one for 5.
Yeah,
where you could trade.
No, where you could.
That's
another thing.
That's another thing that bothers me. He can't give me bullets. I can't give him anything.
Bullets would be one thing. I understand why they don't give you the guns, though.
No.
No,
the guns I'm fine with. We get the same guns. Except
what he means by the gun system is that
the upgrade system.
upgrading power.
Yeah,
getting
all that.
Magazine
the skills are okay. But in all reality, there's like a handful that you would actually want to
consider
use.
that they don't give you all the guns, or they don't upgrade them, is because then they have to scale the monsters as well. It really streamlines the process if they keep all the guns at a certain level.
I'm not saying that it's a kill-all for me, but the system they replaced it with, I mean, there's too many skills and only really a handful that are actually worth it.
I mean, the skill stuff to me was useless. I agree. I like the weapon system better. It's not a kill-all. It's something I prefer. I mean, that's where it adds.
It gave you more incentive to play it back.
Yeah. Where this one, the only incentive is you want to see the other side of the other person's story, which, I mean, there isn't all that much per character, but
it is enough to keep you
interested. Yeah. I mean,
you're like, ooh, what the fuck happened to lead up to this?
Yeah.
And it does that real well.
So, buy it. Don't listen to the mainstream reviews; they're full of shit. The game's gonna
try it for yourself. As
the demo is really good.
And also the anthology version, great if you want to get all the games in one shot.
Yeah, seriously.
I mean, 5 gold edition, 1, 2, 3,
and 4.
And 4.
Don't get the one on 360 because that's only Veronica. That's it.
Really?
No, it had another one.
It's only code Veronica.
Only code Veronica.
Wow. I didn't know that.
Maybe 4. Maybe 4 and 5.
I think 4 HD and
4.
5.
I think it's 4 HD.
It would have to have more than that.
I think it's only.
I could see it not having 1, 2, and 3.
1, 2, and 3.
1, 2, and 3. It doesn't because it's only on the PS1.
5, I would say, because 5 was on the 360.
5 was on the 360. So
Veronica was on PS2 and Dreamcast.
But
Veronica was also one they could.
Oh, that's right.
Veronica, 4, and maybe 5.
Yeah, that's right.
That's it.
4 is the one I don't know. 5, I'm pretty sure it is.
No, 4 it is because Veronica.
So when it comes down to you don't get the original 3 PlayStation games.
You get those 3 plus.
And then again, it's really the numbered version that come in the anthology because it doesn't come with Veronica. The PlayStation version.
Yeah, you get everything except Veronica.
Yeah. Which I already have on the PS2 anyway. So
I have it on the Dreamcast and the PS2. So. We finished Borderlands finally. I'm not going to spoil anything about that. I have one complaint about the ending. Here's a positive. Ending boss is much more substantial than the original game by a large amount. Although he was pretty easy if you get down to it. The thing that bothers me though about it, because reflecting on it, is it ends kind of the same way the first one does. You see the final boss for the one battle. That's it. it's all this lead up, and they see him. It's done. It's dead. And I think they could have done a little more where it went beyond that. Like it escaped, and then you got to go chase it somewhere or something.
They kind of did do that a little bit. Not that one in particular, but the other ones.
Maybe the other one.
I'm trying not to spoil anything.
The first game, the very first game.
No,
he gets
the battle
what I mean.
before.
Yeah, but
No,
still.
I'm not even talking about that. When that giant thing comes up and it shows all the little things
Oh, the
that leads up to the possible
star map.
Okay, but still, that's for the games. That's going to be later games. I'm talking about this one. They could have let him escape, and then made it where you actually have to go.
Did they actually kill what? What's his face?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
He's lying there on the floor.
Yeah, I wasn't sure about that.
No,
No,
but
but I'm talking about-
I think they're going to expand on it in
Okay.
DLC, which
What's
I
his
mean I
name?
expected. I mean that's where I think it's going to go from there.
No, I'm talking about right there. It could have been like instead of this is the final area. They could have said, okay, well you almost had it.
But if you do that, you have, or do you mean to put in another final battle?
Yeah, kind of.
That would have been padding.
Yeah.
It would have been padding.
Either you get this big old lead up, and then it's all of a sudden he escapes. You have to do one more
I would have been fine with that because they kind of it's just like there it is, and then there's
No, because it would have been real lackluster. It would have really been, okay, well here we're just trying to push this game a little longer.
Why not? If you give more loot, this is a game where that is entirely
Well,
acceptable.
no, that's why they put in the Vault Hunter mode.
Under that, then there should never be an end to the game because there is always room for one more mission.
No. I'm just saying narratively, it kind of ended too abruptly for me.
I would say it ended abruptly, but I wouldn't say
Yes.
that it needed another boss battle. I would say the ending could have been better.
It could have played out a little bit longer and thorough.
It could have been.
It wasn't as thorough as it could have been. I think is my problem.
It could have been longer.
Disagree.
And that's what I say. Because when you go back to Sanctuary after, they're talking about it.
Yeah.
If you listen,
Yeah, but then
It's gonna
then he
expand-
comes out of nowhere and
it's going to expand in DLC.
and then you fight him from Sanctuary.
It's going to expand.
That would have been.
It could be in the
Yeah,
DLC.
but we don't know that.
Well, but the thing is, the way you're doing
I'm
it.
talking about it right now as it stands right now. It's like, okay, that was kind of bullshit.
Okay, but at least we don't know that.
And then,
You're
and
talking.
then,
You want a
and then-
definitive.
And then he's on top of the loot. I can't get the fucking loot.
That I will admit
That
that's
was-
broken flaw.
Yeah. Next time we fight
Hey,
him, we gotta
but then
make
again,
sure
you
we
got
gotta
like
plan-
a free level.
So
Say it was Necromancer.
I'm not talking about him. I'm talking about you guys too.
Yeah, I know, but
it
you're
was your end boss. It was the end XP. That's what we got. It wasn't your Necromancer.
actually it was his Necromancer.
That wasn't his Necromancer.
It was
Dude,
his
I was
it was
like
his
that.
Necromancer,
His Necromancer
It
for
was
that
his
ending was
Necromancer.
not that far to get that much XP.
Do you know how long the outro was?
It wasn't long enough
It
for that.
was long
we were
enough, dude.
standing there. No, it's bullshit. I got the video to prove it. I have the video to prove
I
it. We
think
will
it
go
was
through it.
His Necromancer was still working when we came back.
Yes, 50, 100, 50, 100. It was going like... Dude,
Yeah, and you weren't even throwing out your turn.
well, it was a little bit... No, it seemed that way because your thing was constant. Mine takes a while.
Whatever.
To
After playing through,
No, mine's only constant because every time it kills, it regains.
Yeah, I don't get that.
After starting
Yours
True
sucks.
Vault Hunter mode, we realized that there were a lot of missions we skipped
Yep.
unknowingly, and
The game is better when you're at level and stuff actually fights back
And you have 4 weapon slots.
because we fucking...
oh, bitch, I have a robot that will do everything for me, but God, I only have 2 weapon slots.
plowed through the guy. Timmy started the Necromancer halfway through our main game. By the end, he's only 1 level behind us.
Technically, one day if you look at it in game time.
Yeah, I'll say about 8 hours.
And Zero sucks.
Yeah,
He's the worst character.
yeah, I mean, I thought Lilith's ability was bad in the first game. God, his is worse.
We haven't even tried the Siren yet, so I don't even know what she's like.
I thought he should start a new one.
I like my character.
I know you like your
I
character.
want to get my double turn. I'm very close to getting my double turn. Double bubble shit.
I pretty much already have the Death Trap maxed. At least the one skill tree.
So I'm not going to record Vault Hunter mode. There's no point in it. I've gone through the narrative. If you want to see what it's like, just play that. Vault Hunter mode.
I've heard that there are some bosses that get added, so maybe.
The only stuff I'm going to record is like maybe the raid boss, that kind of stuff. There is a raid boss at level 50, and the thing where it says you will die.
Yeah.
Very clearly. So yeah, that was done last night. Video should be up soon. If you want to see it. If you don't want to see it, you won't see it, I guess. What else? Retro City Rampage was released. Finally.
That's pretty good.
I've been looking forward to that. That was really good. On PS3, you get the PS3 version and Vita version when you buy it once. I was about to buy the Steam version because I wasn't sure if the PS3 version was going to do the double. But I bought the PS3 version and got the Vita version for free. So
I want to try that one. That one looked really
it is
interesting.
very good. In fact, I think I prefer it on the Vita, to be honest with you. There's something about it on the Vita, just it seems good.
It works.
You're just trying to keep that thing alive for...
Hey, there's stuff that's finally come out for it. Sunflowers was released, which we showed
Yeah, we did a video. That was pretty good. I like that a lot.
And that's
a
only
simple concept. How much is that?
like $3.
That I would pay $3 for that.
Also, another big announcement that not enough people are talking about is the PlayStation mobile store has been added in Vita. Mobile, whatever. It's not UK.
You're not British.
I work with a lot of British stuff.
Aluminium.
Aluminium.
That sounds delicious.
We'll have an aluminum sandwich.
No, just stop.
I bought a game on it. I can't remember the name off the top of my head, and that was actually pretty good. It's like a Super Meat Boy kind of game.
So good. I forgot the name.
They're all cheap. Well, I bought it. I played it on the plane up to Washington for a little bit, and then I started playing Monster Hunter. I bought Monster Hunter.
Oh,
The
Freedom
PSP
Unite
version.
2. They removed 2 of them. The only one that's
Freedom
on there.
Unite. That was 3.
Yeah.
Because Monster Hunter 2.
Yeah, it's
Freedom Unite is 3.
Yeah. No, there's another one. It's Freedom Unite 2, which is like an expansion.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
It's like the final definitive version. They got rid of the other ones. It's the only one they sell in the store now.
Yeah, it's because the only one they ever really played.
I was playing that. That's pretty good, although that just makes me want that Ragnarok more, because I'm sure that'll play...
I would like to get a Vita to play that. If that has an online mode, I would like to play that.
It's 4-player ad hoc co-op the entire game.
I would like to get a Vita to play that. Because I remember I used to play Ragnarok online on the PC, and I liked playing
It sold, from what I understand, it sold pretty well in Japan, so...
Yeah, well, no, it's done pretty well. I mean, the servers for the original game are still up, even though it's free to play now.
No, I'm talking about that Ragnarok.
I know, but I'm talking about...
Actually, the one I'm even more
PC
interested
version.
in, which is coming out sooner, I thought, is Phantasy Star Online 2. And that's going to be free to play.
Is it the actual Phantasy Star Online too?
Yep.
Hmm.
And it's going to cross-play with the PC version.
Oh.
Same servers. Although I don't think the PC version is coming out here in the States. It is in Japan.
Shit, now you're making me want to get Ragnarok for the DS. I always wanted to get that one. Never tried it.
did you see the screens for Final Fantasy 14 on the PS3?
Yep. I'm probably going to get it. I just kind of...
I'd be willing to play that. I would definitely.
I know they're going to do a lot to it.
Wasn't Timmy the same one that said that the last one he was going to try was Versus, and that would decide his fate on whether...
No, yeah, no, believe me, if Versus doesn't come out, then I'm done with Square. Then I would stop playing.
For me, although the thing I want to know is if you buy one copy, can you go between it and the PC version?
I wouldn't be surprised. There would be some sort of persistent log on.
That's what I'm.
Yeah.
I would hope so. At
But
least.
well, no, but here's the thing: though, you would need a copy for the PC if you wanted to install it.
It's cheap as hell.
You know, but the way.
Well, no, if they're going to
that's
re-release
right.
it at the full
The
price.
way
That's
most
right.
MMOs work is, like, let's take Guild Wars for example.
The-
You put in one license, you can download the client for either platform, Mac or PC, for example.
I mean,
Well,
it'll
it-
work like
WoW is the same
No,
way.
you know what?
Star Wars would eventually. be
He's
the
got
same
a
way.
point because PlayStation's direct, digital direct thing going on now. They'll probably push that for digital, and if they do that, you might be able to do that and just log in. I will say though, because I do know the people that bought 14 that already have their games, they're getting a free upgrade.
Yeah.
That's why I kept trying to get Mike, to see if they had any left there to buy them cheap. I know one store that has them for $20, but they're the Japanese version.
They're still fairly cheap.
Yeah, but other than that, then you.
That's another thing. Was Guild Wars. I did some video of that. Having a hard time getting into that without other people. Random strangers are Not enough. It's pretty cool when you're going through the world and like this huge boss comes out of nowhere or something, but it's like, they all disappear. Like we fight it and then they all disappear. They just like.
I'll be honest. I don't like that. It's a cool idea. I don't know. I just
Then you don't like Skyrim.
no. You can't compare it though. I don't like. I like the idea of being able to run into a battle and have everyone go kick its ass. Yet at the same time, I don't want that because then I feel like I don't do enough.
No, but
you know what I mean?
There's still instances. It still does instancing for like that. But that's not always. It's not always you're just in the world fighting stuff. There's a lot of that. But
I know, but I don't like that particular aspect of it. Is what I'm saying, which is significant enough in there. It's like when we were playing Star Wars. I would have hated if during any of the boss battles, anyone that was in the vicinity could have come in and helped us.
They could though. They don't get XP, but they could.
But still, to the large degree that the other one had. But then again, I know that the HP scales and everything. I don't know. I just that's something that interests me as an idea, but not an actual execution the way it's done. If you could choose to be part of it, that'd be cool. But I don't know.
The one that you need to play, since you like the way Diablo 3 was getting towards the end.
Torchlight.
You need to play Torchlight. I don't know if you watched that video. I was online for the quick look. I started a character.
I was almost tempted to buy him a copy of Diablo 3 because Toys R Us had it for $10.
Are you serious?
They're liquidating all their
They
PC
also
games.
had Skyrim on PC for $10 and Modern Warfare.
Why didn't you get them Diablo though?
Because they were sold out by the time. Oh, yeah. In fact, the day we went to Best Buy, on all over Reddit, people were saying that they were going into the stores and they were price matching against Toys R Us. And this one guy, Battlefield 3 was $10 on the PC. This one guy got the manager at Best Buy to price match it, but he got him to price match the Ultimate Edition with all the DLC. $10.
I kind of thought about buying that for the PC, but I was thinking, man, I don't know if I have it in me to really get into that.
But I wouldn't be able to play it.
What, Diablo?
Yeah, I need a card.
Diablo would be able to play.
Yeah, and it would look like crap and it would chug.
I found him a $70 card at Best Buy that I'm considering buying.
Okay, well, let's put it this way. Torchlight will play for sure.
Diablo is probably more graphically intensive.
Once she'd start going on screen, then it's chug, 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 chug,
well,
chug, chug.
You
chug.
you download the Torchlight demo, right?
Yeah, it's still on there.
Okay, you need to play it. Let's put it this way. Okay, so I started a character. I made it an online match. I put it open to everyone. You can have up to 6 people, not 4, 6. And I couldn't keep up with them fast enough. By the time it was done, 20 minutes later, I was already like level 7. My gear bags were filled to the brim, and it was just shit was happening everywhere. It's very much what you like about Diablo all the time. There's not a lot of, okay, we're going to trek. There's some monsters. All right, kill them. It's there's monsters there. There's monsters there. Oh, shit, there's a lot of monsters there. Holy crap. There's monsters everywhere, and when I say it scales, it big time scales when you add people. It makes Borderlands with another person, monster with stronger. It makes it look like shit in comparison to what happens there. Because I was fighting these skeletons by myself for a little bit when there was only 2 of us, and I was able to kill them. 4 more people come in, couldn't touch it. Same level. They were like I was chipping. So it is instant gratification to the mechs. And that game also does what Diablo doesn't. Diablo's, I think what the level limit is 30, 20, 30, something like that. Real low.
For the demo?
No.
No, there's a level cap
game.
for the main game.
The Diablo has a level
It's
cap.
50.
It's a lot
That's
lower.
lower than that.
Oh.
Yeah. Torchlight is easily 100. Easily 100. And it's not as... I'll give Diablo more points for atmosphere, I guess.
Polish.
No, not even polish. Atmosphere. Polish is not the right word because Torchlight is perfectly fine from that perspective. It's more like Torchlight is more WoW. You gotta remember the guys who started Torchlight used to work for Blizzard.
Yeah.
It looks a lot like WoW. Uncanny in some regards. Where Diablo is more of Diablo has a very specific style. So Diablo will definitely gets more points in that realm. But when it comes just to sheer fucking dungeon crawling, fucking loot collecting, beyond your wildest dreams, that is the game for it. Because Diablo is just there's too many lulls in the pacing. You know, how often do we go across the map and we get a couple people, whatever, and then we hit a boss and then finally we get some action and then it's over. It's done. It's like, okay, well,
that was fun for those 2 minutes.
Yeah, something like
now
that.
10 minutes of walking.
And Torchlight, I tell you, if you watch the entire video, I'm just like following these guys. I'm trying to like switch weapons and I'm like, oh, that was nice, and I don't have enough time, and they end up going ahead of me because I'm trying to switch stuff. You know, they just like they get to the point where they finish the mission and then they add everything they're gonna do. They'll run through the whole thing with their same gear. Obviously, if you go with a party, you know people, you probably say, oh, I got something, give me a second. That would be fine. But online, it was just like, you know, I was there waiting for like 2 seconds for the person, and you literally say at the beginning of the thing, hey, let's go. Like, all right, just get going. So it will run on yours with no problem to me. Torchlight, for sure. Obviously, yours will be fine.
7,000 frames a second, I guess.
I'm running at 2560 by 1440, and I'm getting about 100 frames with everything all the way up.
Let's just put it this way. My computer right now, try to play Need for Speed, my car has no tires. Successfully almost killed Marco.
2 hours before, too, asshole.
So, yeah, Torchlight 2, I haven't played enough to give you a full recommendation, but if you like dungeon crawling, just for the goddamn 20 minutes, 25 minutes I played, that you can see in the video I posted, you'll see the pure anarchy that game is if you really want to really get into it.
If you want it to be.
It goes beyond just want to be. You get in there and it's like you need to keep up.
How big is your power supply to me? How big is the power supply?
I got
That's
him
my
at-
tech
It was,
here.
5?
I think I got him 650.
Okay. You don't have enough for... I'm trying to, you know...
He went from 300 to like 5.
We saw 57...
Well, you know what? It might be 580. It's still it's above 5.
We saw 5770
Oh, 5770
for 70
for
bucks.
70 bucks.
Yeah.
1 gig.
That's not bad.
Yeah,
1 gig.
1 gig.
Yeah.
Wow.
But my 6850 is on sale for like 110 on fucking Newegg right
He
now.
doesn't have the space for it, and he has.
He doesn't have
could
space
afford
for it?
it.
Yeah, he does.
No.
But he won't have the room for that 75.
His card. You can't see it in the audio. The one that you took out, it's not that big. Yours is
A little bit longer, not that much longer.
his barely fits in there.
I think it would fit.
You can open it up and see for yourself.
We can
Obviously, that won't win me anything unless I have my card here to
No.
compare.
You should be able to visually see in your head if you will.
Oh.
It's micro. It's not micro ATX. Yeah, it is micro ATX.
Then, fuck.
You'll have to see.
I'll have to see. I have to measure it out. Yeah, because if you could spend $30 more and get that 6850, that 6850 rates a 5770.
Yeah, well, there's a couple problems with that.
What?
Heat. Tim doesn't turn off his fucking machine.
I have. For the last 2 months, I have.
Okay.
Good.
And then
He's learning!
and you'll have to dust it out. Like,
Matter of fact, I have to.
in fact, we might even consider this is something that you might want to
New
consider.
case.
No, well, besides the case, assuming for now, drill holes in the case for
okay.
ventilation.
Who the hell's paying for all this?
We have drill bits.
You
That's free.
with your new job.
I haven't got it yet.
Well,
As far
anyway,
as the drill bits go, yeah.
you could run Torchlight right now with no problem. No problem at all. And I'd say it's worth it. Especially if you played Diablo 3 and were disappointed. Having played through, I'd say we played about half of it. I mean, I was disappointed for other reasons. My problem with that, where all the reviews were coming out, everyone was going like, well, it's everyone's trying to compare it to Diablo, and I'm kind of doing the same here, but I'm not doing it in a knock against it. Like, why isn't it? Why is this team of like 5-10 dudes? Why doesn't it match this game that's been in development for 20 years?
It's because it's the closest thing that
had infinite resources,
and because obviously that's what they were going for.
It's very, very unfair. And if you were to put it in that realm, you think about the small team that did it and what they accomplished versus the team that was behind Diablo 3
And how long?
and the infinite resources.
Yeah.
You imagine what this team could do with that kind of money, and hopefully not, but let's say that kind of time. That would be something else. And a game is only $20. $20 versus I paid $60 for Diablo 3. I don't know, and I'm not knocking Diablo 3. I know there are a lot of people who did, and I never really liked 2, personally.
Yeah.
A lot of people who dislike 3 really like 2. I never liked Diablo 1 or 2. I never played them as a kid. I mean, I played them a little bit, but I didn't like them. 3, I liked 3. But Torchlight is more of what I want. That 3 gives me in very small bursts. Now, if you could get the same kind of level of moss through attacking, and I know some people say turn up the difficulty in that, some of that's true, but there's still going to be a lot of running around trying to make this map not black.
Yeah.
That gets boring really quick. Torchlight. Man, we're voting for all kinds of underdogs today.
Sleeping Dogs. That was another good one. Timmy picked that up recently.
Yeah, I've only played through like the first.
I finished
Like
that.
20 minutes.
I can't get past kung fuing all the civilians.
Yeah,
That's like Grand Theft Auto. I could never get past just running down people.
I showed him how to do the flying dragon kick.
Oh, jeez.
Greatest thing ever.
The thing I want is to be able to put people in trunks and then throw them into the sea.
You can't.
I know, but I haven't.
You can't throw them into the sea.
I haven't played it recently, so.
Yeah, no, I really like that. The story was really good on that. It takes a turn. It takes a turn you kind of don't. Well, you see coming to a degree, but the way it plays out is really unexpected. So I don't know. I thought that was really good, and the voice acting, it's a little forced in some parts because it has to be, but it's some of the best stuff I've seen in the game. Well played out. I was particularly fond of the missions where you would take the mafia guys to your friend's mother's house so she could chop them up and turn them into soup and feed them to the triads.
I want to play this now. Tim, I'm not using it.
Yeah.
I don't. The PC version obviously is better looking, but I don't like that game with the keyboard and mouse.
Which brings me to
and I know
something I
he
meant to
has
ask
the
you.
three-
No, I know he has that. Why don't you use the PS3 one? Your iMac has a Bluetooth.
It doesn't say it's proprietary Bluetooth. You have to plug it in via USB.
Why don't you do that?
Because it doesn't always map right. I've had some success in some games it doesn't.
You need X. It's called XPatter.
There were some. I haven't looked for it in a while. When it first came out, I had an application and it was a pain in the ass to set up to get the PS3 one to work on it. But
it's XPatter. I'll show you.
Okay, if there's something easier, then yeah, I'd be fine with
Yeah,
that.
you plug it in XPatter and it has settings for 360 and PS3 controller, and you just tell it this is this, and this. And that works for a while. I'm surprised you haven't done that. I thought of that the other day, but
like I said, the last one I did was like when the PS3 came out.
that would be why they've had a lot of
It's been a long
improvements
time.
since then.
It's been a long time, and then I really haven't had anything that. I always have a USB. I have my USB PS2 one that I would use instead.
Yeah, obviously now you can use that other one. It's better. But no, you definitely got to play that. I think you would like some of those missions are pretty fucking crazy. What you got to do. You have a whole shootout in a hospital. That was fucking insane.
I did that on my own, actually. I did that on my own.
But when you have guys coming at you from every direction,
Yeah, I know.
and you could take the patients as
I know.
hostages.
I did that on my own. I figured that out because I was in there, got the SWAT come in there,
Yeah.
and kill a SWAT, and I take their better weapons.
Yeah, that's insane.
I didn't make it though. I kept shooting the patients in the chair, in the beds.
Little tip: if you ever find a police car parked, break into it and then go back to the truck, and there's almost always a shotgun back there.
Really?
It's great.
That's I'm not really surprised. It is a police car.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'll have to play your copy to me.
That's fine.
Unless I get that and it works. If it works fine, then I'll just play the PC version. But I don't get trophies that way. Oh, I'm over 3,000 now. I don't care anymore.
The PS3 version looks pretty good, although the PC version is.
Although honestly, it would also probably look better if it was on a better screen.
That's true. He needs a new TV.
Yes, it is.
Yes, I do. Please donate.
I don't know if I discussed this last show. From a game collecting perspective, I've really been upping my Sega Genesis collection. For a long time, it was mostly just Super Nintendo, PlayStation 1, which are the two primary ones I like to collect for, majority-wise. But I've won a couple lots on eBay, and I don't know, like last month I got something like 30, 35 different Genesis games.
So many copies of Sonic 2.
Yeah, I have three now.
I have 2. I don't even remember how I got 2.
I have no reason to have them. But, it's been an interesting experience for that. Going through a lot of games that I remember vaguely from renting. A lot of stuff for Classic Capture I want to do eventually. Stuff that doesn't show up in the Sonic Genesis collection. Technically, that has almost the majority of the things you want from Sega, for the most part. A lot of stuff I'm collecting is like we did Classic Capture for Dynamite Headdy, which is a treasure game, which very few people really know of. And it's a treasure. People, it's a fucking treasure. You should know. If you don't know who treasure is, you're not a real gamer. I hate that term too. Gamer. I hate that term. Ugh.
Okay.
Here's an interesting adventure in game collecting. When I went to Washington for my business trip, the hotel I was staying at in Kirkland had a game play and trade right across the street from it. So once the person who picked me up from the airport dropped me off the hotel, dropped me off, threw my shit in the room, went downstairs, went to the play and trade, got myself one of those NES joysticks, the rapid fire one. I got it for like $2.
Oh, nice.
I got a couple
I
other
didn't know
games.
so.
Yeah, I got a couple other games that I don't know what they are. Just like, I'll have these, like $2. It's like, give me this. And then the shitty part is, I thought I saw a Dreamcast broadband adapter, $30. And I was like, oh, son of a bitch, is this what I think it is? And I brought it up to the guy and I go, is this the broadband adapter? Because I couldn't tell the plastic was, I wasn't sure if it was RJ11 or RJ45. And I was like, what the fuck? Well, let me see. And he's like, oh yeah, this is the broadband adapter.
You know how you would have been able to find out? Stick a USB cable in it.
That's true.
No,
that works.
He's right about that.
If it don't go in, it is not.
It will not fit into RG11. It will fit into RG45.
That's a stupid but easy way.
No, you're like, damn it! Why did I try it?
No, I knew it was.
Fucking USB doesn't work. You guys look at you like you're a dumbass.
It's like, can I see your USB cord?
It was a Saturn modem because if you look at the back, it said RJ11 standard. And I was like, son of a bitch. And I'm like, why are you selling this for $30? I could buy a Dreamcast with one of these attached for $30. I was pissed off.
Like, I have 3 of these at home.
And then for you guys, they had like 8 or 9 original Xboxes stacked on top of each other for $30.
I just need a drive.
I have one. In fact, it's like right there somewhere.
He means he had one.
I means I have one.
Had one before he walked home tonight.
Yes, I had one. And I didn't walk home today.
Regardless, they had the clear one, also.
The green.
Oh, that's.
I was just thinking, man, I got no way to take this on the plane with me.
Shipping.
I wasn't gonna ship it. No,
Carry on.
you're only allowed to carry on 2 things, and I already had 2 things.
Carry
You
on.
stuff
Bag.
it in your backpack.
I had all my work stuff in the backpack.
In your
things are
suitcase.
giant.
In your
The
suitcase.
suitcase is what I put on the, and I had all the clothes in there. I had nowhere to put it without it becoming
I
damaged.
came back from Japan with like 200 pounds of crap in 2 suitcases.
I plan to take an extra suitcase. I don't even plan to take clothes, just the same clothes for the whole trip to Japan. Why? Bring back shit.
I'm gonna take you to a public bathroom. I'll leave you there.
Ew.
This is what they're gonna say when they see you. So that was interesting. They had the place is. I've been to almost every other location there in Washington because I've been up all the way to Bellingham. Not Bellingham. There's one there. The year before last, I got a couple Saturn games. I got loaded on $5. And then there's one near where I was living up there for a while. I got some other stuff there. They also had Conker's Bad Fur Day for $30.
That's not bad. I paid $40 for mine.
It was in good condition. So I've been to, I think, all of them up there. I just was like, yeah, it's a business trip, hotel, dropped my shit off, went there, and then I ate Italian. It was an interesting day.
Seems like an interesting day.
I'll be flying out next week. That'll be interesting as well.
Saturday, right?
Yes, sadly.
Staying at the same hotel.
No.
No, because he's not going.
I'm going further. I'm going further north. I'll be able to wave at Canadians. Practically.
Lots of luck.
Anyway, I don't know. There's not. I mean, there was a lot, but there's not a lot to talk about further than that.
Well, a Halo leaking.
Oh well, we're not gonna spoil anything, but we've already seen the ending. Already seen the Halo 4 ending.
Master Chief does shit.
Yeah.
Cortana's involved.
Cortana does stuff. She talks at points.
You may or may not shoot a gun at some point in the game and reload.
And some guns might act like Legos.
And if you want, well, yes. So it looks like it was released in Spain somewhere. And if you want to spoil it for you, well, the main one was the prologue, which is interesting.
Yeah.
That really what drove it for us. Is the prologue that was released. It shows the doctor who made the Spartans,
Created the Spartan project.
Yeah, which this is not any. This is not spoiler because this is canon already.
Yep.
But the
I
ending.
think her name's Dr. Halsey.
Yeah. But someone streamed. I guess they streamed the whole game. The only part we saw was the ending, like the last 20 minutes, maybe.
Something like that.
And we're not sure if that was legendary ending or not. I
don't think so.
I doubt
it's
it.
It's got to have something else.
Yeah, and it ends on a somber note.
Yeah.
I think it's safe to say that.
Yeah. Legendary's got to set up
Something.
Well, it's got to because they've already said this is going to be a new trilogy.
Yeah.
Well, the way it ends, just if we were to take into context for 3 games, it doesn't give you any kind of lead into the next game.
You know, where with 1 and 2 it was pretty obvious that that's what was going to happen.
I don't know. Halo.
We're not going to talk. We're not going to talk about it. But what we're saying is, it's like, hey, wait a minute.
Unless the
There's gonna be other
legendary,
games. Yeah,
the
let
legendary
me give you
show
something.
which is possible.
It's like, how is this going to go to another game? There's no setup that we can tell.
know what?
So far.
Instead, it's Chief. Then you're playing as the ODST guy again.
Have they said if there's co-op campaign for that?
What for?
Oh, I'm sure there is.
Obviously.
Well, see, 3 they were able to do
I know they were able to do this.
It's going to be 4 Master Chiefs.
Yeah.
because even Reach made sense.
It's going to be 4 Master Chiefs. Although I want to be able to change my color. I want purple. So we're not all the same green Master Chief. And I want my Cortana to be purple too.
She is purple.
You want your Cortana to not say anything.
Yeah.
I don't mind if she talks. I just don't want that whole slow down drug trip thing that happens in 3.
Yeah, that was annoying.
Yeah, really.
I got a feeling based on the trailer, we're going to see something like that.
More lifelike.
Certainly.
Yeah.
He's gonna fall to his knees.
No, I'm talking about graphically more lifelike.
Oh, yeah.
Some of those CGI cutscenes, man.
And Master Chief talks a lot. It's like, look, motherfucker, you used to just say one-liners.
It's like
Don't have a conversation.
It's like they opened
No,
up.
in 3 he talked a lot more.
They opened
No,
up
not like
Microsoft.
this.
He's having he's having
whole dialogue.
He's giving a dissertation of the history of fucking Halo.
Yeah, but then it's like they also gave him more of a voice.
This is my term paper on the subject. You know, it's like they opened up Microsoft Sam and then they just started typing a fucking essay in it.
So here's the thing that I would tell people if you get the game that's leaked, because obviously people have copies. Either they're either review copies or they've downloaded it off of Microsoft. Because Microsoft was kind of dumb about leaving that stuff on an open network, for download. If you have it,
But Microsoft never gets hacked.
expect to get banned for life. If you paid for gold, that's $60 down the drain.
Oh, if you paid
70.
for longer than that too.
And if you care about your achievements on any level, that's
Or
or any items you paid for. So my advice to you is if you want to play it online,
Get an Xbox just for that if you really want to do that.
yeah.
I would say that's the smartest way to do it.
Do they ban you by the box or do they just ban you by
Oh,
the
they ban you by the box and IP.
ID. Also, I think credit card number.
So man,
They're pretty thorough.
so the better part is like fucking don't play it online. Play it split screen.
No,
Or
it doesn't
LAN.
work. It doesn't work like that. The instant, from my understanding, because it's already in the play history and it's dated. The instant it pings back on live, it sends all that data out, and if they see that you were playing it before, it should still ban you. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why you need a separate account box. The best way to do it would be have another box.
Just buy another
ID.
Just get another used Xbox.
Buy
updated.
the code instead of putting in the.
You buy one from GameStop.
Yeah,
play through it and then return it. This thing is a piece of shit.
You have 30
days.
to return uses?
7
days.
Well,
30 if it goes bad.
Do it in a weekend.
Yeah.
And if you record your shit on YouTube, they've already put algorithms to get it. In fact, the video we watched, they had put like shitty music, like they put the Lion King theme at one point in the background to get around the audio spectrum.
But it fit well.
Yeah, it did. There's some. I was just like, is that what I fucking think
it's
it
a part where
is?
Chief is floating and he's going like this. And it's the fucking Lion King theme. It works so well.
And there's screenshots out there. Basically, that game's going to get... Well, obviously, it's already been spoiled, but if you're not careful, if you're on any kind of media outlet, that's going to get spoiled really quick, really fast. But, yeah, I mean, I don't know what else to tell you. It's...
I'll be honest.
I'll be honest, I don't give a fuck.
Well, there's that, and from what I can gather, even though we did spoil the ending, it actually made me want to play it more.
Yeah.
To be honest,
there's not enough context. To know
it
what's going on.
doesn't give away any of the story. Like it's obvious. It's like, oh well, you know, this is the antagonist. This is who you have to kill, and obviously now that he's dead, good things are going to happen. But you know, what happened up until that point, or why these things even came into play, is what I'm more interested in now.
Yeah.
Watch the prologue if you can find it on YouTube. It's my recommendation.
Yeah, but be careful because the ending is being reposted just as much.
Oh yeah, but it's pretty up. If it starts out in an orange room, it's the ending.
Yeah, that's a good one.
If it looks like a trailer with CGI, it's the prologue.
The one thing I do want to talk about on Reddit when the prologue hit, everyone was bitching about the CGI because all the Spartans were wearing the latest Spartan armor.
Yeah. Even
though it's showing stuff from the past. And same with the Covenant. They're wearing like their newest version of their armor. And everyone in the comments, that's not canon. This is incorrect.
Yeah. It's like, oh man, I like Power Rangers. But
No, I'd like to know. I'd like to know how the Chief's going to have new armor, but he's supposedly been in space for who knows how long.
Cortana is a Iron Smith.
Oh, so the back of a cargo ship has.
She just took some cargo ship parts and then molded it. Lasers.
I don't know. Have you seen the mech they're gonna have in multiplayer? This giant mech suit you can.
No, to be honest, I haven't seen much on it. I've been trying to kind of stay away from it just because I do like the game.
Once a prologue hit, I was like, "Where's the ending?" And I found it like in 5 minutes.
I like that they're bringing back my favorite map from 3.
Blood Gulch?
No, Valhalla.
Blood Gulch.
I just want Blood Gulch.
I don't think they're gonna have it.
They better.
They
have it.
will. It'll be called something else, but
No,
it'll be Blood
they've
Gulch.
said the
It will be
They
Blood
have
Gulch.
to be there. That's fucking tradition. It's been in every game.
No, it is.
It wasn't in 2.
It wasn't in 3.
It wasn't 2.
No, it wasn't 2. It wasn't 2. It wasn't in 3.
It wasn't in 3.
3 was downloaded.
And it wasn't in Reach
a
either.
DLC.
It was in Reach.
Oh, it wasn't Reach. That's right.
Reach was
It wasn't
Forge.
Reach, it was Forge.
Yeah, but it wasn't in 3.
Yes, it was. It was DLC.
No, it was.
Yes, it was.
No, it wasn't.
It was.
It was
Yeah,
not in 3.
It wasn't.
It was not in 3. I kept up on 3.
I fucking hate 3 anyway.
3, yeah, 3, it didn't have it.
You might brother. But I fucking hated 3 anyway. So 3 doesn't count. So as far as I'm concerned, any Halo game that really counted, it was it.
Look, if 3 had any one good thing, it was Valhalla. That was my favorite.
No, Halo 3 sucked. The entire fucking game
Which
sucked.
one is Valhalla again?
The one that's got the 2 towers and it's got the man cannons across.
No, that one sucks. The only good one in 3 is the one with the giant window.
Valhalla was just like a sad excuse for Blood Gulch.
Oh, no,
Oh, I know what you're doing.
That's
Zanzibar.
Yeah, Zanzibar.
That I would want to remake.
Yeah,
of.
Zanzibar.
Zanzibar, yeah.
But I didn't like Valhalla. Valhalla to me was just
All you need is Zanzibar and Blood Gulch.
Blood Gulch wannabe.
Zanzibar was good because it was symmetrical. That's why I liked it.
All
I
you
only
need
liked
is Blood
Zanzibar in the
Gulch and
second game,
Zanzibar.
and I knew where all the glitches were. I knew where to throw the flags through the walls and shit.
Blood
We
Gulch
skip
and
it.
Zanzibar.
Where you put the flag through the wall? Because we're winning, motherfucker. That's why.
I used to like glitching up to the top of the fucking the giant window in the middle and then
Yeah.
sticking the flag there
Yeah.
and then they can't get it.
Yeah. I remember that. I don't know if anything got patched. I don't think it patched.
At the end. Well, people are still running custom servers, and it's still running online.
Yeah.
So
That's too much work. I don't think I care anymore.
No.
Not that much. No. Not even for video. It's like, no.
No, this video we did was, remember the Phantom thing?
Yeah.
that's right, the glitch.
The sad thing for me, kind of, because I'm a big Postal fan, Postal 1 and 2, Running with Scissors has stopped selling Postal 3. And some people say that's a good thing, because it was bad, although having played it, I didn't think it was that bad.
It's not optimized. That's the problem.
It has problems. The thing that no one seems to understand is, or
The development cycle and all the issues they had with development.
the developers kept the source code in Russia, and they won't give the source code back to Running with Scissors, so they can't patch it, and they refuse to patch it. Trash masters. In fact, most of the people who worked on the game got laid off shortly after it was released.
Well, well, I agree with that. At the same time, there are really simple. What's the file called? Not host file. It's the file that pulls up all the .ini file. The actual initial file that pulls up all the, do I turn on Bloom? Do I turn on HDR? There are some simple hacks that you could run into that actually.
Oh, I know. I ran them.
Completely make the game almost playable to some degree.
Mine was playable.
No, mine. If I tried to run Fraps, I told you how much trouble I had with that. It would crash. And yeah, I can run Fraps on fucking Just Cause and Skyrim on highest settings and no problem, but that one would crash.
No, I agree. It was terribly.
It wasn't optimized. That's the problem. That's the biggest issue that it had. If it was optimized for multi-core, it would have been a different story. I had to physically go in and tell it to dedicate one core to the audio engine, one core to the engine that handles the fucking fabric physics. That made all the difference in the world. I also went in and told it to, by default, it will keep 100 dead bodies without despawning them, and it saves that into RAM and CPU memory. That's a ridiculous fucking number. 100.
Yeah.
I lowered that to 10. That made a huge difference. So now every time that 5 or 10 people die, it despawns them and it saves up all that memory.
That's good because, man, you start racking up bodies.
There's it also limits how far the audio gets rendered based on a difference. Like a distance situation where if they're not within a certain distance of you, you won't hear them talking.
Yeah.
Because the original parameters were like it was having people on all the map you could hear basically, and that's retarded.
Yeah, I've had that happen.
It's rendering a whole bunch of audio that it doesn't need to when you're not even in the area. Yeah, no, it's just little things like that where if you go in and you mess with that.
I want to take your INI and put it on this and see how it runs.
Wait, what? Oh, the INI file? Yeah.
Basically, the sad part is
there's a whole Steam forum dedicated to those that you might want to check out.
It's sad that they pretty much had to stop selling it because they can't fix the programming, and it's kind of embarrassment. Postal 2 had its issues, but once they released the main patch, Postal 2 was during its day was practically perfect for what it was. I think, based on what I read in the forums, they're considering doing a Postal 1 remake and releasing that, which I hope that happens because it's sad that game, those guys had to go through that. Although I guess the lesson is don't outsource your development.
Yeah.
Even if it costs you less than the end. That's the lesson to be learned here, especially to Russia, of all places.
Don't take the easy route out.
Don't put it where you can't legally get
get
your shit back. That's exactly what happened. Postal 2 is still there. They're selling it in the fudge pack. I'll let you see the box art so you understand what that means. I'm actually going to get that so we can do a classic cap for that because I have my original disc somewhere, but I don't know where they're at. They're buried, and I want to give them money, so it's only $10. And I don't have the first game actually. It comes with all three. It comes with the first game, Postal 2, Postal 2, and
Apocalypse
Apocalypse Weekend, which Apocalypse Weekend was fucking awesome. A little weird, but
A little weird.
because it became a horror movie kind of thing. He started getting psychic, like he could throw his
The machete, it would spin it like a saw
he had
blade.
like psi powers and shit like that. Where in the first game you were just being a psycho, which was what I liked. And Gary Coleman.
Yeah, no, I really
Gary
like the
Coleman
second
book
game.
signing.
Matter of fact, I want to get a copy of the
In fact,
second
I need to find some of the mods I had, like the Infinite Cat Nuke Gun. Man, you talk about testing your machine's limits back in those days. Just fire off as many of those and let all the explosions go off in the background and see how your frame rate held.
CRT.
Yes, under CRT. I think we're going to cut it here, gentlemen, because there's not much more to really talk about right now.
And we got to get going.
Yeah. Otherwise, Mark's going to cut himself before the show, and we can't have that. He's
No,
going to get
'cause
blood
then
all
I'll
over the
bleed out.
car. And then he won't be able to hear it. And he's not going to wear a shirt because he had an ordeal.
And I'm going to try and heal him just before he dies, but I'm going to get knocked back and he's going to have to respawn.
That's one thing that speaking of, I wish that if I was standing in front of Timmy in Borderlands, and you know when you need to reload, you press square, and it takes priority to reloading over that. I wish they would fix that.
I would admit that I didn't like because it's like, why
It's
do you
like,
put that?
Gotta reload my gun, but
why do you
Bobby has exactly 1 second to live.
Why do you put the most
Yeah.
used action button?
The worst is that we have a rocket launcher.
Because it takes forever, and you're fiddling to try and figure out which is the fastest one that reloads.
All right, everyone, we can go on and on. There will be another show soon, hopefully. Definitely not next week, but the week after, very likely. Probably around Halloween, very likely, if it comes down to it. We're going to be trying to cover as much of the new releases as they come out. Halo is probably going to be the next big one for us to be playing through.
Wii U as well.
Halo, Wii U.
Wii U is after, I think.
I'm probably picking up Black Ops 2.
Yeah, I want to play that one. After
Yeah.
Modern Warfare, I want to play that one.
And we got some classic captures on the way, hopefully, and another demo, a couple more demos. Really like those because those really show stuff that marketing material that I don't want lost to time. Anyway, that's it for this episode 10. Please subscribe and let us know what you think.
This